What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning into another video. It's about mid-month, and that means the benchmark price and home price index numbers are out for the previous month. So today I'm going to be going over a quick synopsis of these three major markets, which are Queen and District, Northumberland Hills, and Kingston and area, their benchmark price and HPI numbers for year over year. So August of 2023 compared to August of 2022. I'm also going to be going over a 10-year graph of benchmark price and HPI for these three markets and comparing them to each other and comparing them to their major metros. So sometimes this helps put things into perspective. If you don't know who I am, my name's Joe Kehoe. I'm a realtor here in Belleville with Royal LePage Pro Alliance, trying to keep you informed and trying to help you out with all your residential and commercial real estate needs in the area. So let's get into it. So just some background information if you're not familiar with benchmark price and HPI. I have a video, I'll link it in the description, but basically they're the same data points and the same numbers, just reflected in a different value. So benchmark price tracks the average price of a home in the area from January of 2005, and HPI tracks how much basically those prices increase. So they started at the value of 100 and then go up to whatever it is. So when we're looking at that, just know that HPI and benchmark price are the same thing. They're just reflected in a different way. Usually people like to see the dollar figure because they can relate more versus just a arbitrary 100 value. Home price index, HPI, we have Quinte and PEC, which is Quinte and District in Korea's eyes, 355.6, which is down 0.9%. So pretty flat. Northumberland, we have 354.9, which is up 0.06%, flat. Kingston and area, 273.3, 0%, flat in all three of these areas year over year. So compared to August of 2022, pretty much the same HPI. Over to benchmark price. So as far as percentage-wise fluctuations, this will be the same because like I said before, HPI and benchmark price are using the same data sets. It's just expressed in a different value, right? And this dollar figure value is sometimes easier to comprehend. I find it better and clients find it better, I think, because it's actually a dollar value instead of an arbitrary number. So for Quinte and PEC, we have 568,600. Northumberland is 735 and Kingston area is 561,600. And as I said before, as I promised, you're gonna get a boring about a minute and a half of me going over the benchmark price and HPI charts for the last 10 years to give you some perspective for these three markets and then including Greater Toronto and Ottawa. Looking at the 10-year graph for benchmark price performance over time dating back to August of 2013, we can see a strong upward trend in all three of these markets. They're all starting around the same area, and it's an upward trend year over year. As every year is going up. Some years more than others, some years pretty flat, like we've had the last year in August. But despite these huge increases here and huge falls spanning over a 7 to 12 month time, it's been relatively steady growth. Right? And we all know these times were drawn by fear and crazy low interest rates and no supply to the market. An interesting note here is they all start around the same benchmark price, but you see Northumberland has a lot more growth and then is the outlier. Whereas we look at HPI, we all start around the same area here, but Kingston does not grow nearly as much as Northumberland and Quinte do in the HPI category. And that just shows that if we go to Toronto, because these markets are tied to obviously the major city centers, and Ottawa, you can see that Northumberland and Quinte are very similar to the Greater Toronto HPI, and Kingston is very similar to the Ottawa HPI. So this is all affected on a more macro level. That's it for benchmark price and HPI for August of 2023 across these three major markets. Hopefully you stayed to watch the full video because although it's boring and these stats are boring and usually these stats videos and emails and posts get the least amount of engagement, they are important. And with all the media chatter going on about the market crashing, to see that HPI and benchmark price are flat year over year in these three markets and increasing month over month is really contrary to what all the media is saying. So as always, if you have any questions, you can contact me. All my info is in the description below, and thank you for watching.